3 years. 3 years ago, Wade came to me with the idea of a community draft league. 3 years ago, I said yes, and thought that it was going to be a one-off thing because it would never catch on and people would lose interest after the first season. Three years later, and I am reminded of how very, very wrong I was. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, at long last, to Season 4 of the Hyrule Draft League.
Insert funny line here.
Thank you for the recap, Kevin, with the message. Ah!
The recap.
Sorry.
That is...
Yeah, that's it. That was the entire recap. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in.
GG, guys. See you next week.
See you later. Yeah, so...
See you for game night.
Yeah. So... For those of you who are not necessarily aware of the HDL, the HDL, or Hyrule Draft League, is a competitive Pokemon draft league that was co-founded by myself and Wade, aka Flipkicky. It started out as just a simple community event and has now grown to have a full-on cult following, to the point where literally random Discord servers somehow know about this league.
I blame me.
How? How did this league, where we just do a bunch of dumb shit, catch on with literally anyone out of our friend group? Just baffles me.
I advertised it, and people like it.
To put this into context, imagine you took an episode of the hit TV show Jackass, then turn that into a full-blown feature film, and then give it a full-blown fucking trilogy. That's the HDL. Also, there's a Corviknight and a Skarmory perpetually duking it out for universal supremacy for some reason. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing for later. But we're finally here in Season 4. We've done things a little bit differently this time. I've got it, Clay. Don't worry, I'll read it out. We've done things a little bit differently this time because we have gone all out for this season. We have more participants. We have more jank. We have new teams. We have more logos. We have more everything.
No snob.
Don't spoil the plot twist. Anyway, we've got above and beyond this season. Include, like, to the point where we literally had to refactor and rebalance the entire draft board to accommodate new tiers. That's how much we've done. And because of that, we're going to jump right into it, because for the first time ever in HDL history, we have 14 participants. We have a full fucking house this season. No pun intended.
Pun definitely intended.
So, I've stalled enough. You're probably tired of seeing my face. We're gonna jump right into things. We did things a little bit differently this time because, unlike previous seasons, we did not do a live draft stream this time. Why? Because we have 14 people. I'm like, do you guys understand how big of a number 14 is in the case of a draft? Because it's fucking big. Now imagine trying. Already. Now imagine those 14 participants being from drastically different time zones. Now imagine trying to schedule a live event that perpetually gets longer and longer in length every time we do this fucking thing. Do you really think I was going to be able to take upwards of 3 to 5 hours out of everyone's day in a moment in time where everyone's schedule was going to align? I'm a streamer, not a miracle worker. That's not happening. So, we did a slow draft. And because of that, I'm bringing you guys the results. We're going to go in terms of order. I'm going to give a little bit more in-depth of a summary and stuff. That sort of thing. I do also have co-coms with me here. I've got Kevin and I've got Tyler.
You're not supposed to know.
We've got co-coms, but no co-com feed.
Do you really fucking need co-com key for fucking web browser? It's literally what it is. We're looking at Google Chrome for 3 hours. I don't know if you guys knew this. This is literally what we're doing. You guys really need a fucking co-com feed for that?
Oh, everything is Chrome in the future.
You're in Chrome. I'm at Brave.
Look, I'm too ingrained in the Google ecosystem at this point. All right, sue me. All right.
Deal.
So.
Oh.
So anyway, we're gonna start in terms of just you know, going through the ringer here. So,
oh, that looks clean.
You can think, wait, I'm gonna move my webcam down here, and let's move.
How about top left for your cam?
Yeah, top left could work. Just do that. There we go. All right. So, our first team, the Connecticut Tyrantrums, led by a newcomer, Finn. In case it wasn't obvious, Finn likes fossils a lot. So that's exactly what he did. He just went mono fossil. He's got Excadrill, Dracozolt, Tyrantrum, Archeops, Amistar, Bastiodon, Mega Aerodactyl, Kabutops, Armaldo, Credilli, and Arctozolt.
Although one is an imposter, but
I mean, all of these are fossils except the Excadrill, which he uses to dig for fossils.
Yeah, with the exception of the Excadrill. He's got all the fossils.
Look.
He's got his work cut out for him. His fastest mon is Mega Aerodactyl with base 150, and that's nothing to slouch at. It's tied with Mega Aerodactyl for the fastest Mega Evolution in existence.
Mega Aerodactyl is tied with Mega Aerodactyl.
Sorry, Mega Alakazam. Alakazam. God damn it.
like me and Seb talk about this. If you have on your team mons with either grass, water, fighting, electric, you basically shut this man down.
There's also the fact of this man.
Punch it.
by proxy of basically running Mono Fossil plus Excadrill. He also is practically running Mono Rock, with the exception of 3 Mons.
One of which is also weak to both water and fighting.
So, with a shit ton of weaknesses he's got to deal with, his entire team is either neutral or weak to fighting, by the way.
Need to beat Finn's team? Punch it!
However, in contrast, his entire team, sans 2 Mons, resists or in one instance quad resists normal. Also flying. So yeah, you know what not to hit him with. Captain TV, thank you for the follow.
Oh.
Did it.
We did it. We saved the world.
Ah, yes. What did it to you too?
Thank you. Thank you for the resub. So, that's more or less what's going on here. His team's also incredibly powerful physically. Has an average attack stat of 106 across his entire team. He has an average defense stat of 100 across all of his team. But with a bunch of middling speed tier Mons and pretty poor special pressure, all things considered, will he be able to bring this back? We'll have to find out. This is definitely an underdog story, but it's one I'm rooting for. Oh, that's so easy? Ah. Well, speaking of so easy, our next team is Team Regicide. That's right, everybody. Zoeasy is back. After having taken my place around halfway through Season 3, Zoeasy is back as a full-blown team from the ground up, right in the thick of it. And
I actually have a question concerning that. So, since he took over you, and I beat him, have I beaten you as well?
no.
No.
You could, however, say you beat Ben, because we are both named Ben. And that would be an accurate statement.
True.
You didn't beat the Ben you wanted to beat, though.
He didn't beat Big Ben.
But he's taller than me.
Okay, but you're Big Ben.
Anyway.
Well, you know what? One Ben has eyebrows. That's all I know.
And,
Oh my god.
I'm done.
exactly. We are Ben. We are Legion. Anyway. This man did the impossible. He's got all the Reggies. The Regizord is here. He's got Regieleki, Registeel, Regice, Regigigas, Regirock, and Regidrago. All on the same team. And he's got Galarian Corsola, Noivern, Mega Gardevoir, and Weavile in the back. He's actually kind of a threat, if I'm being honest.
I mean, do you remember that thing that we said about Finn, where if you need to beat his team, just punch it?
True, but at the same time, I mean, that objectively won't work for one of the Mons, but with the highest speed stat out of anybody in this league, I'm just going to spoil that now. Nobody drafted anything with a higher speed stat of Regieleki. Not that that's even possible, considering it has the highest base speed out of any Pokemon in existence.
Why bring it up then?
Wait, hold on. Did he draft some Stallmon again, and again not have a Cleric?
I know what you're talking about. Gardevoir can absolutely be a cleric if he needs it.
Doesn't get Heal Bell.
Doesn't need. It still gets Wish.
Well, I meant in like the sense of healing status, because that's what Dot did him in against me.
Regardless, he's got actually quite a bit of pressure here. It comes as no surprise. I'm sure there's a common knowledge at this point. Every single Reggie, with the exception of Reggie Rock, has at least base 200 in one stat. Or not Reggie Steel, but Reggie Rock, but Reggie Steel. So, this man's got a mom with base 200 HP. He's got a mom with base 200 speed. He's got a mom with base 200 defense. He's got a mom with base 200 special defense. And he's got a mob with base 150 in both. He's versatile.
Yet somehow I don't feel pressured. Like, he has
I don't
really
know why
only...
you don't. They all have pressure as an ability. Except for Reggie Higgins.
Yeah. What? None of them have pressure. They all have sturdy.
Okay,
That's
buddy.
objectively...
Yeah, but what I mean is...
Whatever.
He also doesn't have an outright... He doesn't have an outright breaker on his team either. When
True.
When your best attackers are Mega Gardevoir, which is okay, I guess, and Weavile.
Okay, Pixelate Hyper Voice would like to know your location, my friend.
Yeah, but the problem is, of all the speedy mons on his team, the one that needs it doesn't have it.
Regardless, he's got a fucking... He's out here to make a statement. I think he has the ability to do that. He plays his cards right.
Will he bring anything other than 5 Reggies and Galarian Corsola at every single match?
Moving right along, the next team is Yaroon, but he is not the New Amsterdam Arachnids this time around. He is now the coach of the Bowling Alley Blacephalons. What started as an inside joke turned into an entire rebrand, and I'm not sorry.
He should be.
Yaroon's team consists of Lando T, Blissey, Rabombi, Empoleon, Normal Rotom, Houndoom, Mega Gallade, Alolan Ninetales, Silvally, and Dragalge. Now, it is worth noting, by the way, we changed how Silvally works this season. This time, Yaroon didn't just draft Silvally normal, he drafted all of them. We compacted all the Silvallis into one mon, and he can choose any which one of them he wants. That being said, it is still a Silvally and has base 95 in every single stat. So, do with that what you will.
His team is squishy.
Squishy, but at the same time, if it gets momentum, it has a very hard time losing it. Like, he's got pivots, he's got good to above, he's got average to above average speed tiers on the majority of his mons that need it. He's got a little bit of bulk here and there, so he can take a hit or two if he needs to. He has the pivot, he has the momentum, he has the status. He has the ability to set up Aurora Veil with Alolan Ninetales if he wants it. He has a Cleric in Rabombi. Like, he has the ability. If you give him momentum, he's going to have a very hard time losing it.
I'll give you that. His team is, as always, one of the more terrifying ones to come across. There's a reason why he gets far every single season.
There's a reason why he has gotten into playoffs every single season. And it's because he knows how to build a team.
That said, I kind of feel like this team would have been better with Zeraora.
That being said, moving right along, the next team on our list is another newcomer, the Lexington Lanterns, led by Spatula. Yes, that is just a PNG of a lamp. Deal with it.
I actually don't know who Spatula is. This is...
Spatula, for those who might not be aware of who he is, which is 90% of you,
yes.
was a teammate I had in the FPL, a draft league run by my good friend Joey, aka PokeMMD. Found out I was doing a league. He came along for the ride. Here we are. So, his team consists of Tornadus Therian, Keldeo, Rhyperior, Zarude, Fortress, Centiskorch, Megaglalie, Aegislash, Mantabuzz, and Jellicent.
Megaglalie.
Megaglalie can be very potent in the right hands. Refrigerate gets slept on a lot, but it's a very powerful ability.
We did ban Moody, right?
Yeah.
No.
We didn't.
Oh no.
Or possibly, hang on.
I'm pretty sure.
No, we allowed Moody. The reason being that, we've changed how Baton Pass works. Plus, as of Sword and Shield, Moody can no longer give accuracy or evasion changes.
Interesting.
We allowed it in Season 3, too. This isn't, like, a new change.
Well, from a type standpoint, this seems kind of unbalanced. Like, there's no real dedicated tank on the team besides Torny T, who doesn't have the best defensive typing. But at the same time, the offensive presence is kind of threatening.
He has a lot of offensive pressure. Like, he's got a lot of offensive pressure. He's got 3 hard-hitting special attackers that are dedicated. He's got 5 dedicated hard-hitting physical attackers.
5?
One of those is a mixed attacker in the right situation.
Who's the 5th?
Well, the 5th was also the mixed attacker, which was Torn.
Oh.
I don't even want to hear he's not mixed. He has base 100 attack.
I was gonna say he's not a threatening attacker.
He also has Regenerator. He's got Pivot.
Oh no, Torny T's amazing. That's why I picked him up.
No,
last
I'm
season,
just saying
still.
in general for his team. Like, he's got a Regenerator mod. He's got Pivot. He's got Hazard stacking in Fortress, who, by the way, gets every single hazard, major hazard, except for Sticky Webs.
Good, it's a bug. It should get it.
The only thing he does not have is a Cleric. He's got basically everything else. He's got Disruption. He's got Trapping. He's got Priority. He's got Momentum. But if you can whittle him down enough, he's going to lose steam fast. Which is ironic considering the amount of bulk he has on his team.
I need this stock. I 100% need this stock.
Moving right along, the next team is Kevin. The 08th Copenhagen Ferrets have returned.
Yeah, man.
Though they will change next season, unfortunately.
So Kevin decided he likes Metronome.
Oh, yes.
This isn't new information, by the way. I don't know what you all were expecting. But he likes Metronome. His team consists of Clefable, Zygarde 10%, Slurpuff, Miltank, Medicham, Hitmonlee, Bayonet, Togetic, Poliwhirl, Gengar, and Electivire. He's kind of got a bit of, he's got potential. He's got a good physical attacker in Zygarde. He's got a good special attacker in Gengar. He's got Bulk/Cleric in both Miltank and Clefable. He's got an amazing Unburden Sweeper in Slurpuff. And he's got the RNG he wants in quite a few of his mons.
I mean, if we're gonna be completely honest, We all know that if Kevin's going to go anywhere this season, it's going to be on the waggle of the finger.
Now, the most important thing we can say, though, is that for the first time, Kevin won't get O-code by a U-turn turn 1.
I already told you that I only drafted Hooper Unbound last season to get a guaranteed award. And did I or did I not get my award?
Fucking collusion!
You are right. That Hoopa was disappointing.
Fucking collusion.
Not the collusion. I just played the odds.
Up next, our other co-com, Tyler, now representing the
Hi.
Zubats out of hell.
I can give you a little insight into this draft. When I realized I got 6th, and it was the day before the draft, I had this one thought. And then Dragapult fell to me at 6th, and things came together.
You didn't say anything. Just said I had this one thought, and then we had 2 seconds of silence.
You didn't hear me scream?
No.
Oh no.
Oh.
Probably for the best.
No. If you scream, Discord automatically cuts you out.
Thank you, Discord. Anyway, Tyler's team consists of Dragapult, Skarmory, he finally got the real roof, Tentacruel, Sock, Piloswine, Raichu, Mega Charizard Y, Tapu Lele, Crocodile, and Grottle.
I mean, Grottle's the Godel. What can I say?
Grottle is the Godel. And before people are asking, like I did, why Grottle and not Torterra? Grottle is a water resist. Torterra isn't.
I need water resists. Yes, I have the sun, but did you not see what I have on my team that is weak to water?
He's got a lot that's weak to water, if we're being honest. He's got Piloswine, which is weak to water. Zard Y, weak to water. Crocodile, weak to water.
You know what, Tyler? I hope and pray that you can get off some funny anchor point draft as well.
Kevin, don't worry. I've got a plan for this.
But Tyler has some heat, no pun intended. He's got one of the fastest mons in the entire league in Dragapult. He's got quite a bit of momentum, if we're being real. He has access to U-turn, he has access to B-Pads, he has access to Volt Switch. He's got the hazards. He's got a little bit of a healing / cleric support in Wish on Raichu and Aromatherapy on Tapu Lele. He's got a bit of priority. He's got a lot of disruption. He has access to Taunt and Knockoff for days, and his Raichu gets access to Encore to boot. He's got trapping. He's got phasing. He has the ability to use Pain Split because Sock gets that for some reason. And he's got status and speed control for days. He has the ability to just run away with it if you let him.
All right, listen. That may or may not have been my plan all along. Just lure everyone into a false sense of security that I don't know what I'm doing and then lower the boom. But in reality...
You got in the semifinals last season. I don't think you can pull that strat off anymore.
I won last season.
Don't spoil.
What? Okay.
Idiot.
That font's not up yet!
Can you do me a favor and show me what my combined stat total are for each? Didn't see it.
I'll be more than happy to.
I was just curious.
Nice.
See what it is. Ah, yes.
That is a low health stat.
It's a
But
nice
I'm gonna be
health
real.
stat.
If there's a mod on Kevin's team I'm afraid of, it's Poliwhirl.
We've seen what that Poliwhirl can do.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
I mean, you should be more afraid of the Togetic.
Up next,
I'm not Wade.
the Carolina Rux.
Carolina Rock.
Up next, the Carolina Luxrays. Clay's back and in a new shape. Gone are the
Carolina
days of the
Pacha.
Carolina Mews. Yeah, we're now up to the Carolina Lux race.
The Carolina Pacha Mew race.
Now, I do have some notes from Clay here that I will read out.
Let me get something about posting me up for sniping Mega Banette.
Possibly. Clay writes, so I probably told everyone about that this season. I had planned my draft ahead of time with alternate ideas. Despite this, no plan was fully orchestrated. It ended up being a mashup of bits and pieces from each. Mega Bayonet was probably the biggest snipe, as a good chunk of my ideas revolved around it. My biggest error was picking Trevenant during free picks, as I had already planned on picking up Alola Marowak for my Ghost and Fire type. Despite that, Trevenant actually fits my team better, so overall I am really happy with the results.
No.
In terms of his final team, Mew, Tornadus Incarnate, Flygon, Heliolisk, Trevenant, Golduck, Mega Audino, Venusaur, Darmanitan, Alolan Persian, and Berserker. Also, Trevenant is Ghost Grass. I don't know why it is only listed as Mono Ghost here.
He really backloaded the bulk on the back end of his team. Like, Audino and Venusaur are really kind of carrying their weight here.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I do not have high hopes for this Audino. It's a fucking Mega Audino. It's the worst Mega in existence. You cannot argue otherwise. But if there is anybody...
well, you know, Mega Salamence is also right there.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's so bad we weren't even allowed to draft it.
It's so good you weren't allowed to draft it. It's banned to Ubers for a reason.
Yeah, Raticate's also banned. What's your point?
It's not, actually.
What are you talking about? Its name is literally banned.
You weren't supposed to call attention to it! Dude, it's such a good... Guess the cat's out of the bag. For those who don't know, in the draft board, last season, by the way, to preface this, we banned both forms of Raticate for no other reason than we thought it'd be funny. If you want me to actually break character, we just thought it'd be funny. This season, after finding out that Sandy actually wanted to draft Alola and Raticate last season and couldn't because it was banned, felt bad, and so I allowed them again this season. But since the day I made the spreadsheet public, these have been named Banned and Bandalola in the draft board. These have literally been named Banned and Bandalola since the spreadsheet was even made. And nobody fucking noticed. And the people who did notice kept their mouths shut. So that nobody got spoiled on the joke. Thanks, Tyler.
No problem. I just wanted to make sure that everyone was playing along.
Yes, I'm totally playing along.
I need to drink my water. There's the reason why I got a glass of water ahead of time. I knew I was going to throw my voice out from this shit.
For those of you playing Hylian Bingo at home, make sure to mark off your inside joke no one gets spot.
Well, small side note. Clay picking Trevenant also gave him, the option of picking up Trevenant instead of Marowak. Gave him the option of Darmanitan, which did surprisingly well.
Regardless, Clay has some fucking power. Like, this man has quite a bit going on for him.
I mean, he has funny Darm.
He does have funny Darm. He's got very good bulk overall, really. He's got extremely versatile mod in Mew, who, by the way, in case anybody forgot what makes Mew so versatile, 1, has base 100 stats across the board, so it's a jack of all trades, master of none. 2, has one of the most diverse pools in existence because it can learn literally every single TM and HM ever.
3. Meow.
And 3. Meow. He's got quite a bit going for him. He does have Mega Audino, which, by the way, if anybody can make a Mega Audino look godlike, it's probably Clay.
Honestly, the Golduck pick is what's most interesting to me on this. I've never seen competitive Golduck.
I'm very interested to see what he does with that Golduck. If I'm being dead honest. But I suppose we will have to wait and see. He's got quite a bit going for it. He's got some pretty good speed tiers overall. Not anything like amazing, but definitely stuff worth noting. Base 115 from Persian Alola is not anything to laugh at. Neither is base 111 from Tornadus. He's got...
Fastest on being Persian's weird, though.
He has access to quite a few hazards, thanks to Mew.
Actually, he's his only hazard setter.
Correct. He's got plenty of hazard removal, though. He's got the ability to use Mew as a cleric for heal bell if he wants. He has Audino for a dedicated cleric if he wants to do that route. He's got a ton of momentum. A good 6 out of his mons get access to the U-turn. And even more get access to other forms of pivots. Like, almost every one, I want to say like over 75% of his team has access to some sort of pivot. He's got a ton of disruption. He's got the ability to trap you. He's got phasing if he wants to do that. He has access to pain split. He has access to a lot of status.
Why does Golduck get clear smog?
Yes. He has access to speed control. He can set up screens if he wants to. He can just set up weather and use Chlorophyll Venusaur if he wants to. Why not? And he has mons that learn Weather Ball to boot. Like, he's got quite a bit. He even has the ability to set up terrain, which could be important considering that, quick spoiler, for the first time, only a single Tapu was drafted this season. The only person with a Tapu on their team is Tyler. None of the other Tapus got drafted.
Nah. Well, I mean, a little scary.
Yeah, I got shown that firsthand, didn't I?
Moving right along. Sandy has returned, this time in the form of the Old Blood. His team.
Can't believe he didn't even draft fucking Bird.
His team consists of Melmetal. Yes, we allowed Melmetal this season. I'm concerned too. Anyway, Melmetal, Sylveon, Inteleon, Hitmontop, Stunfisk, Kecleon, Mega Camerupt, Hoopa Unbound, Flapple, Crobat, and Cursula.
Well,
he has a Trick Room team for days.
That said, his entire offense runs through 3 mons.
More or less. As a brief aside, by the way, Tyler, I don't know if Sandy told you this or not.
He might have.
He and I have been back and forth about his plans for months. The amount of times you brought up Mega Camerupt in a negative light, and he wanted to respond, but had to hold his tongue because he didn't want to give away what his plans were way too damn high.
Oh, I'm aware. But at the same time, I dig what Sandy's going for. I'm concerned, but at the same time, I think Sandy is low-key the best player in this league who just can't get to finals for some reason.
I think it's a problem of, Sandy is probably one of the most momentum-based players I've ever seen. When he has the advantage, he runs with it. But if you can put him at a disadvantage and you can get him to choke, he just can't recover.
Or if you use a choice scarf Weavile.
Like, if he ends up falling victim to RNG or if he ends up choking, that's it. He's done. But if he gets that, but if you give him momentum and he doesn't screw up, it's just a free W for him. He just runs with it.
I get what you're saying, but doesn't that enlarge apply to pretty much everyone?
Especially Sandy, though. That's the thing.
I think Sandy's thing is he's the most sound. He's probably the best strategist of any of us, but then he has lapses that lead to inexplicable collapses when it matters most.
I like to say that Sandy basically has two sides of him that are constantly arguing for dominance. He has the side of him that actually is, cutting and strategic and takes things seriously. And then he has the side of it that was like, it'd be funnier if I just did this stupid thing.
Yeah, it'd be funny if I ran Curse Bulldoze Suicune.
And they generally go 50-50 as to which one actually takes control for a week. But Hylian is 100% right.
No, Sandy, I'm saying this like...
That is exactly my thought process. I had a feeling.
I'm saying this in the concept possible, right? You either have your serious side or the side that just keeps spamming with the Among Us emote. That's not a win.
Don't encourage him. Regardless,
He drafted Kecleon.
He's got a bit going for him. He's got a little bit of a makeshift Cleric and Sylveon. He's got a bit of momentum, but not a whole lot. He's got quite a bit of priority. A surprising amount of his mons get access to Sucker Punch. He has the ability to run trick shenanigans if he wants to. He can phase. He has the ability to use Pain Split if he wants to on Stunfisk. He actually gets access to quite a bit of status. He gets speed control. He has the ability to set up screens if he wants to. He can set up weather, which will be terrifying if he gets Mega Camera Ups on the field, because if you put that thing in Sunny Day and you give it Eruption from Sheer Force,
Sheer Force doesn't affect Eruption.
That was the wrong comparison. But like, if you give him Sunny Day, Camera Up's gonna go to town. You give him Sandstorm, and you hit him with a Sheer Force boosted Earth Power in sand.
That doesn't do anything. That's
the joke. But he's got quite a bit of setup to boot. He has a ton of mons with access to Curse, which comes in handy for a Trick Room team. So I'm excited to see what he pulls off with it.
Stop spoiling his team plan.
It's obvious. Moving right along. McAllen Morpico Spooks has returned. Jirachi, Gudra, Talonflame, a mon that will not be named, Guzzlord, Caracosta, Megalopunny, Tangrowth, Quagsire, Xurkitree, and Clefairy.
Hey, go back to that Voldemort mon you won't name. Well, what's his name again?
Voldemort.
Waste of oxygen. So, he's got quite a bit going on for him, honestly.
You ever think some people just draft mons they like?
That's basically what happens here. The thing as well, he's got some potent threats here. He has obviously Waste of Oxygen over here with access to Prankster. He also has Mega Lopunny, who was allowed for the first time in HDL history. Side note, as compensation for allowing it, we have banned both Return and Frustration on Mega Lopunny specifically, which means its only effective normal stab is Double Edge. Have fun with that.
What about Headbutt?
What about Headbutt?
Also, what about Close Combat?
I mean, it's not a normal move, is it?
What if I gave it Normalize?
That's... You know what, Tyler? You do you. Anyway, he's got quite a bit of pressure here. Base 135 speed in Mega Lopunny. He's got Talonflame, which has Gale Wings, which used to be a big deal. Not anymore. He has Jirachi, which of course, is a Serene Grace Mon with base 100 stats across the board. And a pretty versatile move pool to boot. He's got the boy, Goodra, a mon so bulky it doesn't even care about staying in on fairy types. He has Regenerator access and tank growth. He's got quite a bit of bulk overall. And on top of that, he has the ability to just ignore setup completely with Quagsire. So I'm genuinely curious to see how he's going to pull this off, because Spooks is one of those players where his team building is always really interesting, and you want him to do well, but he just always dies to RNG every single week. Will the curse be broken this season? Only time
He didn't draft enough pivot. He needs more pivot.
We all know how Spooks feels about pivot.
He needs more pivot.
Moving right along. The Hoboken Haluchas. That's right, the Philadelphia Flygons are no more. The Hoboken Haluchas are here, led by Wade.
Wade never told us what that's a reference to.
It's a reference to the fact that his university's in Hoboken.
I meant the logo.
Yeah,
I mean, I know the reference, but I'm not gonna spoil it. You guys
I'm not smart enough. I'm not smart enough. He won't give us hints.
I mean, I'm honoring his wishes. I'm not telling you. So,
lame.
For those who don't know, a little bit of backstory. I pissed Wade off. Now, you might be wondering, Ben, how did you piss Wade off any more than you already do on a daily basis? The answer?
You play sports ball, you should actually know.
The answer is Charizard. Lots and lots of Charizards. See, it all started when I got a rainbow Charizard V-Star from the Brilliant Star set. And then, 2 weeks later, out of a random Shining Fates ETV, I pulled the Shiny Zard VMAX. Needless to say, Wade was not happy that I have been more lucky and profitable in 2 unboxings than he was in the span of an entire year and a half. And he is pretty upset. So upset that he decided to go and enact Plan C. What was Plan C? Take a Charizard and fucking beat Hylian into the grave with it. Because apparently that's supposed to accomplish something. To be honest, I don't know what that's supposed to accomplish. It doesn't hurt my pride, my ego, or anything in any capacity. I genuinely don't know what he stands to gain by doing this. But I also can't stop him. It's about sending a message. I mean, joke's on him. He took the normal Zard V-Star. He didn't even take the rainbow. He didn't even take the shiny star. He didn't even take the shiny Zard VMAX either. Does this look like it's Gigantamaxed? I don't think so. Is it shiny? Doesn't look shiny to me. Is it a rainbow? Definitely not, because then he'd be hacking. So, I mean, joke's on him. He took the Zard that was only worth $20.
That's still more than he got in his last pack.
Anyway, Spectrier, Primarina, Bronzong, Rotom-Mow, Charizard, Murkrow, Mega Beedrill, Garchomp, Mienshao, and Audino. Minus 20 meme points, didn't take Cramsard. True, though. Can I get some Crampogs in the chat? Can I get some Crampogs in the chat?
Crampog.
Yeah, Crampog. Yeah.
One of these days, I'll commission someone to make a GIF of Sheriff and Cramorant fusing together.
You gotta make him do the fucking fusion dance.
Or just a polymerization card.
Or Potara.
No, super polymerization.
Anyway, he's got some power. Base 1 to 45 speed on Mega Beedrill. Base 130 speed on Spectrier. Slightly above average speed stats on 3 other Mons. White, he's got pretty diverse typing overall. He has a few walls. And, he's got the ability to do very well here. He's got pivot, he's got momentum, he's got priority, he's got a cleric, he's got hazards. He's got a little bit of everything. But, at the same time, he really can't take a whole lot of hits on the majority of these. So he's going to be very reliant on that cleric.
Wade's teams are always lopsided in one way or another. That's not always necessarily a bad thing, but it means it always has an exploitable weakness or two.
Yeah.
Like, for example, last season, he couldn't hit anything.
I mean, that's just Wade luck.
No, I'm talking like damage anything.
Up next, Undead Onslaughters, led by Jen, another newcomer.
Hi, Jen.
Blacephalon, Milotic, Meloetta, Zoroark, Frostlass, Lycanroc Midnight, Mega Absol, Blaziken, Snorlax, Altaria, and Lapras. A very interesting team.
Double Dark is interesting.
It's not a terrible type to double up on, to be honest.
Wait. Double Dark?
Yeah.
What is Double Dark?
2 Dark types?
Oh, Absolutely, Absolute.
Yeah.
I was like, Lycanroc isn't dark.
No. I always think that it is too, don't worry.
Yeah.
Much like a lot of teams thus far, if you want to beat this team, just punch it.
It's got, it's a very interesting team comp, and I'm curious to see what Jen pulls off with this, because this has the potential to get out of control if you let it.
It's got Greg.
It does have Greg. It has that going for it. I'm rooting for Greg.
Honestly, this team is like 30% Hylian.
Which is a good thing, because guess who's up next? Your boy! Now leading Initial V Create!
Alright, moving on to the next team.
Fuck off. That's right, Operation Eurobeat is back and better than ever. But this time, I didn't go for Operation Eurobeat. Nah, this time it was time for 2.0. It's time for Operation Gear Shift.
You actually called him the Carolina Muse in there again.
You weren't supposed to find out like that. That was actually supposed to be a very subtle joke that you weren't supposed to pick up on.
Who do you think I am?
Yes.
Tyler.
Zeraora, Donphan, Glastrier, Salazzle, Spiritomb, Dodrio, Mega Diancie, Slowking, Escavalier, Accelcore, and Sceptile. You might be wondering, what did Operation Gear Shift mean in this situation? Half of my Mons have above base 100 speed. The other half of my Mons have base 50 speed or below. I can be fast, or I could be in Trick Room.
So I have a question for you.
And that's how Operation Gear Shift came to be.
So, question, how do you stop Dragapult?
Do you like Maca? Speaking of, I suppose I can reveal this now, actually. I very sneakily put in a new donation alert.
Go.
If you cheer exactly 1,995 bits, or donate exactly $19.95, something will happen.
Alright,
Everybody run,
alright,
in the
Sandy,
night.
Ozu, I can afford that at this time.
Listen, I only have 9,100 rupees. I still have about 30,000 to go to make Hylian hate himself.
Anyway, I've got quite a bit going on here. I've got incredibly versatile typing.
I love how you went season 2. I was like, I hate speed tiers. Ooh, I love speed tiers.
Listen, I figured out.
I just want to be.
No, well, it was an entire evolution process. I went from hating speed tiers to then season 3. I was like, if I just pick all the high speed tiers, I don't have to worry about speed tiers. And now
then you had to worry about speed tiers.
And well, no, then I had to worry about Trick Room. And now, why don't I just put them both together? We literally took the best of both worlds.
Brilliant function holes.
I will say this. Your team definitely has a lot of offensive presence, but its type synergy is non-existent.
That's half the magic.
You're weak to a lot of common types here, so you're going to need to have an unrelenting attack to keep people from noticing that.
And that's why I play hyper offense. I don't care about my weaknesses if I'm beating the shit out of you before you can do anything about it.
Exactly. Kill before being killed.
Exactly. I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about my own weaknesses if you're already dead beforehand.
So how do you stop Dragapult?
Oh, I'm working on that.
You better hurry up. You got a week.
But I've got a little bit of everything. I got hazards. I do not have a cleric. And while that would be a problem ordinarily, a cleric typically goes against the philosophy of hyper offense anyway, so I don't really care. I have momentum. I have priority. I have disruption. I have the ability to trap. I can phase you. I can cut your HP if I want to. I have status. I have speed control. Lots of it. Deal with it. Not only do I have Trick Room, I can fucking just Icy Wind, I can Electro Web, I can Bullwoes, I can set up sticky webs. Is what I would say if a Silgor got sticky webs.
It does not.
It really should. But I can just lower your speed for the hell of it. I can set up screens. I can just set up weather for no reason at all, I might add. I have genuinely no reason to do that. But I could if I wanted to.
You should do it.
Like,
put Sandstorm on Excelgor. Be a man.
You know what? Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Does Excelgor get winnable? I think that.
No, only Slowking does on this team.
Only Slowking. But got a lot going for me on this. And this is gonna be, regardless of whether, and I said this I said this in season 3. I'll say it again here. I don't care about whether or not I make it to playoffs. I care about having fun. And this team, this is going to be fun to use. And that's all I care about.
Speed.
Like, this season 3's team was fun to use. And this team's also going to be fun to use. All I care about is having fun. I don't care if I come dead last. I just want to have a good time.
I want that Dodrio dead.
So that means it's gonna be our time to meme this season.
Exactly.
Ah, nice.
I just want to have fun. And this is fun to me. You know what would have been more fun? If I hadn't been sniped out of the Ferrothorn that I wanted by an Australian fucktard by the name of Lion Boy.
Yes, the guy who basically had an entire draft team's worth of Mon sniped from
This
him.
man just wanted every single water type in existence. Then he got rid of over 50% of them.
If it had Swift Swim, he was mad that you picked it. And now he has a Shedinja.
I am convinced that I can count the amount of brain cells in this man's head on one hand.
He has a Shedinja.
And, to make matters worse, this man's thought process is so illogical. I've given myself a brain aneurysm just trying to make sense of it.
This team hurts.
This man called Snipe when I drafted Poliwhirl.
Poliwhirl.
This team, I don't know what to think of it. It doesn't have a single Mon over base 100.
That feeling when you throw a pebble at a cicada shell and it dies again.
And not just any pebble, sneaky pebbles.
Exactly. Look, we're not even gonna give his team preview the time of day. It's a bad team. It's a flawed team.
Rocks.
It dies to rocks.
Rock.
Literally just throw a pebble at him. He will die. Like, this is just not a good team.
So, tell me exactly which Mon stops Mega Charizard Y from coming in, clicking Solar Beam, and making him regret his life choices.
The answer is exactly none of them.
None of them are even faster than it.
The better question for me. Zeraora still kills like 60% of his team. What does Zydo have for Zeraora? Nothing. What does Poliwrath have for Zeraora? Nothing. What does
Well, it
Pelipper
does have
for...
Earthquake, but...
But Zeraora outspeeds, just kills with Plasma Fists. What does
Not in the
Pelipper
rain,
have?
it doesn't.
Nothing. What does Lantern have? Volt Absorb. But if it's
Yes.
not running Volt Absorb, it does.
Why wouldn't it?
I mean, it could
Why
be Water
wouldn't it?
Absorb.
For what on your team?
Yes.
Did you even draft a water type?
I have Slowking.
Yes.
I don't think he's worried about Slowking.
He should be worried about Slowking.
Oh. He does have a Gligar for you, though.
Yep. Ah, yes. Gligar. Oh, yeah. On top of that, why does Lopunny just run through his whole team for a warm-up?
He just has 3 flying types.
He's got 3 flying types, one of which is quad weak to electric. His
Rocks.
Wither Cider literally just dies to Zeraora from full. Every time.
Rock.
He could
Rocks.
he could probably be max HP, max defense, bold, and he would still get 2-coat by Plasma Fists.
I'm pretty sure Plasma Fist OHKOs any version of Pelipper that doesn't have a Wakan Berry.
Exactly.
Even then, it's probably gonna kill.
Like, Gliscor has the effect, the advantage of at least it's immune, as is Swampert. But at the same time, Sceptile just fucking throws a Leaf Storm at Mega Swampert and kills it for breakfast.
You know what neither of those 2 Mons kill? The Pokemon you wanted.
Correct. Hey, Lion Boy, if you're listening to this in post, this is for you, bud. Fuck you. That Ferrothorn literally does nothing for your team. You were holding an hostage purely out of spite. Don't think I don't know that. Fuck you.
I mean, to be fair, Ferrothorn's like the Rain Team Pokemon, but...
Slowbro is right there for the taking, Tyler. I don't want to hear it.
Slowbro? I actually don't like Slowbro on a Rain Team. Like, it's there, but, like, it doesn't do much.
Nice, bulky Regenerator, Mon. that also gets rain boosted skulls.
So, anyways, Callisto.
Finally, rounding it out is Callisto. The Brooklyn Bayonets have returned. This man.
Okay, so
So
this is not his original team.
this is
There
not
is exactly.
We need to make this painfully clear. This is
There
not
are-
his original team.
There are 4 Pokemon on this team that were originally drafted. Everything else has been chucked out at least once, if not twice.
So, for a bit of context. One second.
Right, so a Plasma Fist, Max Attack Adamant versus Max HP,
All right.
Max.
We're going
Max
to take
defense.
a brief intermission real quick. I will be back shortly.
Dun,
Uh,
dun, dun,
I'm
dun,
just
dun,
going to
dun, 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 dun,
leave this here. I'm going to run a couple ads. I'll be back in a few minutes.
dun, 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 dun.
Right, so Tyler, let's
Yes.
say for the sake of argument, right? Zero Aura, who is a Zero Aura, right? With Plasma
Mhm.
Fist,
Yes.
who is modest with 0 attack and at -6 versus a max HP, max defense, +6 defense Pelipper. With a
Uh-huh.
Rock will still do 5%.
5%.
That's still sheesh.
That is concerning.
And if the Zeraora is burned, it's still like at 2%. It never goes below 0, or even 1.
Ugh.
On the other hand, if it is actually, that's not. Oh, that's because Pepper has more defense. So, yeah. If you just have Adamant, Max Attack against the Pelipper, same set without the defense boost, it's still only a 93% chance. That's how much it's gonna do. So it'll never OHKO unless you have a boost. Since Canberry pops in.
Let's go, Wakanberry.
However, without the Canberry, it is 157% to 186%. That is. To anyone still watching, hi, I'm Kevin. You might know me from literally nothing.
Hi, I'm Tyler. You probably recognize me from the series known as the HDL League, where I continually badger basically everyone with teams that are a lot better than they should be.
Kevin, fuck you. You stole my Twitter profile.
I was about to say, totally didn't steal this from Spooks before Tyler said something.
Hey, Spooks, give us a few words about your team today.
Bulky.
Yeah. The code name for my team was Team Bob.
Team
That's how I
Bomb.
like Bob. B-O-B.
Oh.
Like Bob from Tekken. Because my team is based on speed and weight. I'm as fat as I want to be, and as fast as I want to be.
Wait, hold on. Are you Bob from the word game?
No.
Okay.
So, what you're telling me, Spooks, is that Bob built a team.
What you're telling me is you're not funny.
But, can you fix it?
No, I can't fix your shitty sense of humor.
Oh.
But you can Bob it.
Unfortunately, this marriage is broken. We can't fix it. No, we can't.
But what if I told you I have pizza bagels?
I would tell you that I have alcohol.
You won't take
What if
that.
I have pizza bagels with alcohol?
No, just don't go together. Kevin, marry me.
What?
I'll take you.
Yeah. We're doing The Bachelor now. Fuck you.
You just
I'll-
got some Tyler.
Well,
You want
I'm
to
honored.
Fuck.
I'm honored to have at least made it to second place.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I always said to Spooks, we're just destined to fight last every single season. It's not changing.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if that was curated.
I wouldn't mind it. It's fine. Save the best for last.
Is that why I'm playing Callisto the last week?
Oh look, a red man enters the room.
Oh wait, I played so easy the last week.
I have returned.
No, you haven't.
All right, that's the end of the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Anyway, where were we? Callisto. So, for a bit of context, this was not his original. This was not his original team. What happened was we allowed, for the first time in HDL history, a grace period after the draft was over, where for 24 hours, people were allowed to just make any FAs and player trades they wanted. Points permitting. Callisto took that and ran with it. So, this man traded Cinderace for Electros, Druddigan for Arcanine, Avalugg for Haxorus, Slowbro for Dragonite, Obstagoon for Vaporeon, Comfey for Uxie. Then he immediately traded the Electros for an Aromatisse, the Arcanine for an Incineroar. He traded his Bismagius for a Dusknoir, and then he immediately traded his Haxorus for a Thundurus Therian.
To put it into another perspective, me and Seth were literally in call for a while before he made his last official pick of the draft ladder. And we sat there laughing about like, oh, what if he just typed in after all the time, oh, I don't want another Pokemon. And we've just been waiting with anxiety for no reason. And then I said, oh look, he took Avalugg. 20 minutes passed, or like, and everything is gone.
The only things that stayed the same were his Amoonguss, his Mega Heracross, his Steelix, and his Meowstic. Everything else changed.
Of all things, Meowstic, though.
Wait, hold on. Do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear?
My man!
Oh, that's the sound of Callisto opening up a can of whoop ass on the rest of us.
Pretty much. This man saw Grace Period and said, "Hold my beer."
Honestly, after last season, I can't put anything past this guy now. So if he can make a run with this team to finals all over again, I'm all for it.
You know, part of me wonders if he just decided to go big brain and planned this from the start.
Well, you know, he may have, you know, done a lot of took it very seriously, the unlimited as it was first. At least he put the numbers in.
Yeah, at least his formatting actually made sense, Lion Boy. Seriously, no joke, I actually had a brain aneurysm trying to make sense of Lion Boy's formatting. This is not a joke. That fucking meme where it's like, that was me. That was my brain trying to comprehend that message.
Yeah, I woke up like maybe at like 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. today. I was like, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
And even as I went onto the sheets, I was like, okay, let me try to make sense. I gave up.
It was just a nightmare. But
because I didn't give up because it was like that, right? But because I couldn't figure out what his last point trade was. Because he didn't fucking put.
Regardless, that does it for the overall team coverage. So, let's go over a few things that I think are some fun trivia packs. For starters, for the first time in HDL history, no one drafted Snom.
Says the man that didn't draft Snom.
I thought you were gonna do it.
Wait, actually,
Why would I do it? I've been talking about Mega Lopunny since last season.
Exactly.
I noticed a mistake.
A Mega Lopunny is a Mega
FAs.
Lopunny. But Snom could be anything. It could even be a Mega Lopunny.
You know how much we wanted one of those?
Hold on, Harlan. I noticed a mistake on the FAs on the sheet.
Swear to God, if you're about to make a joke about Furret.
No. I'm being serious.
Oh, I spelled Ninetales wrong.
Well, actually, that wasn't what I was talking about. But good eye. You forgot my my bar and picking up.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about the fact that you were dropping bars and picking up bitches.
How could you forget that, Hylian? That's so integral to his being.
Exactly. I needed my mascot from last season. I was very close to taking Snom, though. But yeah, for the first time, no one picked Snom. So that's key point number one, I think. Some things that surprised me. Both most used forms of Rotom went undrafted. Rotom Wash and Rotom Heat are just up for grabs still.
I know Urshifu.
Yeah, no one drafted Urshifu either.
Yeah, no one drafted Urshifu. You might be wondering what the hell happened to Urshifu's Single Strike. Urshifu's Single Strike was eviscerated. He's gone. He's banned. We don't talk about Urshifu's Single Strike anymore.
He got hit by a... See, what happened was Urshifu Single Strike and Urshifu Rapid Strike got into a duel. Both of them clicked Close Combat. One of them was weak to it.
Unfortunately, at one point, the Urshifu Single Strike clicked Wicked Blow, but he wound up punching his way into an abandoned missile silo and then started the plot line of Resident Evil 1.
He hit a crocodile again.
Yeah, exactly. Hit the crocodile
He
again.
committed war crimes. He hit another crocodile, procced Danger Point, and this time, the crocodile was prepared, and there was no coming back. So that was surprising to me. Also find it surprising that Cinderace is here on the table.
Oh, give it a
Someone
minute. I've been
drafted
talking
it
with Sandy
initially,
about this.
and then F8'd it. And it's here. It's chilling.
That would. I don't know how long though, because I've been talking to Sandy and he's had some thoughts. He's been giving that buddy some side eye.
The thing that really surprises me, only one Tapu got drafted.
Well, neither Lottie.
Yeah, neither Lottie either. That was a huge thing when I noticed that. Was like, you're serious? Neither Lottie? Like, I was totally expecting at least one of them to get drafted by someone. I did not think both of them would just be ignored completely.
I was definitely expecting him.
Step it back a second. Why would I give up either of my tier 2 mons for Urshifu Rapid Strike?
Doesn't
Lopunny right there.
question? Doesn't Steela get like Hurricane?
Oh,
To only get Air Slash.
it only gets Air Slash.
Only Air Slash.
And Acrobatics somehow.
But those are some key things from there. Let's go over the FAs that happened during this grace period, by the way. We went over Callisto, by the way. Kevin initially had Dusclops, vehemently defended Dusclops, then swapped it for Electivire, saying that he's seen the error in his ways.
You don't just pick up Gibdo.
This
like
all
that.
happened in the span of 3 hours, by the way.
You don't just pick up Gibdo like that.
Yaroon dropped Galarian Moltres for Alolan Ninetales. Spooks dropped Galvantula for Xurkitree. Lion Boy, I am not going over because I had a brain aneurysm just trying to write this shit down and have it make sense in the transaction sheet. So, eat a dick, Lion Boy.
And then
I still don't understand why Yaroon dropped Moltres Galar. What did it ever do to him?
he didn't want it.
Yeah, because he traded Regidrago for Moltres Galar.
Yep.
Yeah, actually cut the man a break. He'd been talking about Regidrago for months and literally gave it up because Zoeasy was angry.
In terms of player trades,
No, actually, Tyler, I'm not gonna say anything, but I've been talking to Yaroon privately, and it's not what you think. So.
Yeah, the thing is, the man had a bit planned out for the last 10 fucking months, and he was sniped at the exact last second where he couldn't do anything. He had an incomplete bit that he could do nothing with.
sucks, doesn't it? I mean, yeah, no, I do feel bad for him.
He could have just, he could have just kept Zeraora, you know.
For real though, sucks, don't it?
Who's that anchor fucking pointed at? Like...
No one in particular. I just want to make it clear that I understand his pain.
Also, my joke just revolved around me, destroying the ruin with Moltres Galar.
Yeah. No, I just want to make it perfectly clear that I understand Zoeasy's pain. That anchor's not pointed at anybody. Exactly.
That anger is pointed directly at Urshifu.
We feel pain together. I know. You hurt one, you hurt us all. So, in terms of player trades, Drew and I traded Lando T and Mega Gallade for Zeraora and Mega Dancy, respectively. You might think this was a spur moment thing. It was not. We had this planned for months. I'm not even joking. We actually had this planned for like a month before the draft even started. That's no joke. You can ask your root to verify. Like, we literally were sitting on this plan for a month.
So what if someone had taken those before you guys?
Well, then we would have cried.
I was considering Diancie because it does get Metronome.
The entire thing. Well, the fun story about that actually. Initially, Mega Diancie was not planned for my team at all. I was going to run Mega Aerodactyl. Then Finn joined. And I immediately went back to the drawing board on that idea. Because I knew I was not getting Mega Aerodactyl before him.
Please explain why the funny Caracosta fossil runs through the entire rest of the fossils.
Because it's the only water one with Shell Smash. that isn't Amistar.
And it gets sturdy, and you can run it weakness policy.
Sorry, let me rephrase this. It's the only Fossilmon that gets Water Stab, and that gets Shell Smash, and that has Sturdy.
So you basically just put Shell Smash, Stone Edge, Earthquake, Waterfall, GG.
Pretty much. You don't even need to run White Herb on it because you have Sturdy. You don't care.
Yeah, that's why you run weakness policy for more, because
just
obviously they're gonna
put
hit
a weakness policy on it because you have Sturdy. You're not going to die in one hit anyway in most situations. Like, just fucking go greedy with it. You don't care. Like,
so then that's the danger.
Like, let me be clear here. If Karakosta got Power Trip, it would be busted.
Anybody.
That bond would be broken if it had a move like Power Trip Restored Power. But that's going to do it for the Season 4 Draft Recap. Before we sign off, here's the schedule for Week 1. We actually did the schedule ahead of time this season to save us the headache of trying to do this in the moment for 13 weeks in a row.
No in-game last-second math savior this time.
It was also easier because there's no bye weeks.
Exactly. So, here are our matches for Week 1. I am fighting Tyler.
Hey, we didn't get to do this last season.
No, we did not. Gotta make up for lost time. Wink, wink,
I
nudge,
gotta get
nudge.
12. I gotta get 12 kills this time.
That's a tall order, Chief. We got the Carolina Luxrays against the Canberra Cacturns. Give him hell, Clay. Give him hell. The Hoboken Haluchas are against Regicide. The Old Blood.
Give him hell, Ben. Give him hell.
Oh, real talk though, that's probably the most even matchup this week.
The Old Blood is against the Connecticut Tyrantrums.
You mean next week?
What?
We'll get on that in a minute. I know why he said that. It'll make sense in a minute.
Oh, I know what he means.
The Bowling Alley Blacephalons are against the Brooklyn Bayonets. The McAllimore Picos are against the Lexington Lanterns. And the 08th Copenhagen Ferrets are up against the Undead Onslaughters.
Don't worry, I'll give them a good welcome.
Week 1 starts next week, the week of April 18th. So, you guys have some time to, get accustomed to your teams, draft, figure out some jank sets if you want to. Maybe go to China, find a good EFB spread. Then get back before you get the Rona.
Wow.
Okay.
Too soon?
Okay, that was
Too soon?
that was a choice.
What, too
Be
soon?
told.
You go to China, and then you resist your soul's urge to scream out, "Don't open your window or sing." Listen to the drone, kids.
Look, the
drone
way I
is
see it, we've been dealing with this fucking pandemic for 2 years. I think COVID jokes are fair game now. Alright, I apologize if people think otherwise, but
Little mistimed because of what's currently happening in Shanghai, China. But
okay,
yeah.
Shanghai specifically, yeah, no, I apologize for that. Completely, I actually completely forgot about what was going on in Shanghai. If you want to, if I'm being serious for a moment,
Legitimately fucked up. They're actually there's video proof of a literal bag full of fucking cats just left on the street because they've started killing the pets of the people in lockdown.
I know
in quarantine.
It's actually heartbreaking. My heart goes out to everybody in Shanghai or in China, period. Really, right now. partially I did. Like, I do partially apologize for the joke. It was meant to be funny. Nothing more. Did not actually mean that with malicious intent. I just want to make that very clear. But no, like,
Anyway, when you go to China, make sure not to fuck the pangolins.
yeah.
Haha, South Park.
Seriously though, next time you choose your jokes, you gotta make sure to have it when you have guests over. That way you'll use the fine china.
Next time,
Hey!
how about, I like that one. I was gonna say, next time I make jokes, I gotta make sure that I do them before major political events come to light.
Remember to cut it out of the VOD.
You think I edit these VODs?
Your
Well,
joke spread is
you have to now.
your joke spread is as Chinese as your sets.
Nah, because here's the thing. By the time this VOD comes out, hopefully that situation will have resolved itself.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the finals from season 3, Dink.
Exactly. It's probably going to be like a year before this VOD goes up. So, I mean, by the time that happens, the situation will have been gone.
Joke's on you! The Gamma virus is coming out!
the Deltacron Omega Mart Plus rewards card variant got announced.
Well, I mean, we already
Featuring
have
new-
the Omicron. We already have the Omicron Persei 8 variant.
Yeah, I think it's what was the thing that like what was like the bit South Park did for it, where it was like the Delta Mileage Rewards Plus card
Featuring
variant,
new
or
funky
something
mode.
like that.
Featuring new funky mode.
Yeah, it was like something stupid naming like that that South Park did with it.
Featuring influenza from the Devil May Cry series.
But yeah, in all seriousness, though, my heart does actually like terribly go out to anybody in China who's being negatively impacted by the current state of things. Like, you guys deserve better. You do not deserve to be in a situation like that. But that's gonna do it. I'm gonna end stream here before I cancel myself any further.
It's too late.
It is too late.
And I'm going to end on the note that for some reason, Nintendo is currently recommending games featuring Waluigi on the eShop.
Yes.
They also purchased land.
Yep, they also purchased land. No, not like any company named Land. They literally just purchased land. Do with that info what you will. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. In terms of HDL content, I will see you guys next week for the first week recap.
I'm gonna hit him.
He is gonna try to hit me.
I want to hit it.
On Thursday, I will go through the last remaining sub-goal punishments, and I will begin achievement hunting Superman 64.
Yes, at last.
And then Saturday will be game night as normal. So that's scheduled for this week.
Can I choose the game? Can it be Spin the Bottle of Death?
Probably not be rounds.
That's spin the bottle. That's just Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday.
And that's the punchline.
Today!
Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on Thursday.
Penis.
Venus.
Remember to go tip your waitress!